Well, the opening day of any competition is special for everyone. A red letter day for everybody here and those of you who have joined us for our live coverage. I hope everybody is comfortably strapped in for the ride. We're sure that this will be a feast of football, irresistible, emotional, a roller coaster for everyone involved. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Time for the first of the anthems. Well, now here is a young man who really does seem to have the whole world at his feet. Lamine Yamal, a player of barely matched potential and indeed of barely matched expectation.
And the inevitable comparisons that go along with that, Peter.
And are those comparisons justified?
Well, from what I've seen of him so far, very much so. There's pace and great technique, but the most outstanding quality about him is his maturity, especially when it comes to decisions. That's what sets him apart, for me anyway.
So that's got things underway. Yamal. Norway are looking to break at pace. Østegård. Ødegaard. And here's Rooney. Good chance here! He's got away with one there. That should get the job done. It's gone out for a throw-in. And it's Makalele. He's on it, can he get away?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Van Nistelrooy. And here's Mbappe. Threads one in.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Opts for safety. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up. That's just playing it safe and simple.
He's had it taken off him. Haaland. Berger. Goes looking wide. Tries to pass it through. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. And he gets rid in a hurry. Looking for the run. And he's quick to get rid. Can he get it through? It's a promising position. Chance to deliver. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now it's Rooney. Has a look and plays it forward. Yamal. And this is Stoichkov. Chance for a shot! And a chance! Goal! Milan! What a moment for the double centurion! Rooney duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Now it's Haaland.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Berger. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Ødegaard. And it's slung out wide. Oh, that's a key interception. Stoichkov. Now it's Mbappe. 15 minutes till half-time. Oh, they can break here. Vieira does well to get it back. Stoichkov. That's a lovely, neat pass. Ryerson. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Played cross-field, changing the point of attack.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Looking for options for movement. Shapes to shoot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Stoichkov with the short one. Norway are looking to go forward now. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Stoichkov. Can he get on the end of this? Delivery from Mbappe. Towering header!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And this is Rooney. Oh, some astute defending there. Knocks it into space. And that was very necessary. Very nicely done. No, he refuses to take the bait. So, a temporary halt to the action. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Milan up by 1 goal at the halfway point.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Milan just ahead here in a tight game. They are 1-0 to the good. Away we go again. Milan leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Stoichkov proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Well, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Vieira plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Tries to play it through, and here's the chance to counter. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, strongly challenged there. Can he spark a counter here? That's very neat. And that's another good win of the ball. Van Nistelrooy. Now it's Mbappe. Passing is crisp and sharp. Norway are looking to break at pace. Mbappe! There's the shot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Great vision, good ball, good take. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. And now they can spring out of defence. So we've reached the hour mark. And he's picked it up out wide.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And they're back on the ball again. It's a really well-measured ball. That's good play. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. It's a promising position. Too long, and over the line. So we have movement on both benches.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Viene sostituito con il numero 17, Ribery. Attenzione, una sostituzione.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour. Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Bob. Van Nistelrooy. He's shifting through the gears here. Ribery will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. That's a smartly directed ball. "75 minutes played.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Bob is flagged offside.
Sostituzione per il Milan, numero 25, lascia il campo per il numero 14, cambio di giocatori.
And back out. Milan have now used up all but one of their substitution windows.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And that pass just didn't quite work. Ribery is there and he can get that clear. And it's Ødegaard. And this is Van Nistelrooy. That's going wide left. That's where it came from. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. It's a searching pass. That's good vision. And this is Ribery. There will be a throw-in. Milan have opted to make another change here. Rooney being applauded off here, having made a sizable contribution.
He's sharing a smile or two as he's leaving the pitch, Peter. I think his contribution is widely appreciated. Milan can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Very much into the last knockings.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
That's destined for the flank. Nicely weighted ball. Drills one in.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Deftly out wide. Haaland. Played out to the left flank.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And the shot! Oh, good finish! They have stolen level at the last! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that. But you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
And time is up. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, Peter, I suppose it's something. Not ideal for either side, of course. Although, if you look at the overall balance of things, neither did enough to win this. And I think the result is quite fair.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Chers spectateurs, nous vous souhaitons la bienvenue pour ce match.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set.
Well, Wayne Rooney's role today will be crucial. We all know of his qualities as a goal scorer, but a lot's going to be expected from his creativity too. It's very rare for a striker to have such wonderful vision.
Yeah, he's a player whose performances always have an influence on the game one way or another.
Yeah, he's going to have to play the role of distributor, ball carrier and link man, and sometimes even track back. But he can do it all. He has an incredible work rate and an insatiable desire for victory. The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
So it's away we go then. It's a promising position. Lamina. Great chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Good running, strong and purposeful. Yamal. Now it's Mbappe. Very nicely done. Good spot that. Boanga. Ndong. Bruno Aquilmanga. It's a pretty loose pass. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Ronaldinho. Chance! What a wonderful goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
But pour l'équipe du Milan AC.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Milan gain their reward with an early goal. Milan leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Gives it back. That's going wide left. Boanga touches it back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
That has been slung wide. Delivers the ball. And it's claimed by the keeper. Now it's Torres. In with the challenge. He shifted it to the flank. Boanga, rapid and full of intent. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. They've played it short, and it's made its way to him. Chance for a shot! Now he wants to get in on the act here.
Well, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Great defending, strong and determined. Bruno Aquilmanga. Apindangoi. And it's Manga. Duanga. And here's Aubameyang. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing.
Aubameyang really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Zanetti. And it's Rijkaard. That's destined for the flank. What a throw in. Bruno Aquilmanga. It's Lamina. Duanga. Ndong. "30 minutes gone. Yamal. And it's Fernando Torres. Looking to play him in. Shot a goal! And he's straight offside. Apindangoi. Now Lamina. Ndong. And he's forced to go back. It's Lamina. Alavina. There will be a throw-in. Tries to play it through. And he's had it nicked away. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And here's Aubameyang. This looks promising. Caught offside that time. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Ndong. He's looking wide. Yamal. And it's Fernando Torres. Fernando Torres. And this is Ronaldinho. He's found a way through. Ronaldinho! Ronaldinho! Wow! He's got himself an absolute peach. Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. You just know there is no stopping that.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
So that's two now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Duanga. He has found the way through. And a header! And that is the end of the first half.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Milan looking good, feeling good. It is 2-0 at the break.
Merci d'accueillir les deux équipes.
Away we go again. Opts for safety. Akanji. Here's a man who his teammates can look to in all times. And it's Ronaldinho. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Rooney, played into space.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really...
He leaps for it! Denied by an instinctive save.
Fernando Torres clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
That has been knocked clear. Gabon have the chance to go the other way. That's good running with the ball. Ndong. Spread it left. Pass is just off target. Yamal. Here's Makalele. Mbappe. Good driving run. And this is Rooney. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. Ndong. Lemina. Knocks it into space. Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, well played. And it's been shipped out wide.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Now it's Mbappe. Spread out to the left. Duanga. Over to the right flank. Space for him to turn and look. And he's quick to get rid. Gabon have reclaimed it. Looking for options for movement. Alavina takes a shot! And that is wildly off target.
Changement. Le numéro 18.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
And here's Torres. Fernando Torres. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
He's a sharp little ball here. He's hit it long, but astray. Gabon making further changes here, and in quick succession.
Changement. Le numéro 9. Le numéro 12. À leur place, le numéro 20.
Just about up to 75 minutes. Engages and forces him off the ball. And he's picked it up out wide. That's going across goal. Akanji. Zanetti. Akanji.
This is the time you need that pace.
Nicely weighted ball. And there's green grass ahead of him. It is a corner, good chance. And it's hoisted clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Played out to the left flank. And it's Ronaldinho. It's played through for him. Can he finish? And he's really put himself on the line here. And it's been taken short. That's tidy. Flings in across. And that is out of play. Pulls it back. Lamina goes direct. Distributed tidily. That is good alertness. Yamal. Nice looking ball. That's the keeper's ball.
Il y aura 2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. And it's Ronaldinho. Oh, that's a key interception. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round. Ronaldinho claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom, and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and next to me, providing insights, will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. The crowd rises for the national anthem of Portugal.
There's Lamine Yamal, Peter, the latest Spanish superstar. I'd like to see him get a lot of freedom on that right wing.
And is that his best position?
I'd say so, Peter. With him being left-footed, he can cut inside, but he's such an all-round threat. He has that blistering pace that he can use to beat the best defenders. And it's very difficult to stop him once he starts linking up with others, once he's made that inside run.
Well, we're on the way. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. João Neves, over to the right flank. Hangs in across. He's rising! Crossbar comes to the rescue. Dealt with nicely, but he'll try from distance! Oh, cracking effort.
Vitinha certainly made the right decision there to hit it first time. I had the feeling he might try it the way the ball arrived.
And this is Shevchenko. And he was quick to react. Bruno Fernandes. Played out towards the right wing. It's a promising position. Oh, sweet feet. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Pedro Neto. Distributed tidily. And he's taking no chances there. Plays a sharp little ball here. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And that's a throw-in. Rafael Leao. Pressure stays on, it is a corner. Bruno Fernandes plays it short. Towering header! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Makaleli. Milan still without a single shot on target. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Vitinha. Now that looks a decent ball. And it's played in. Ruben Dias. Vitinha. That's going wide left. Rafael Leao. Oh, such a clever touch. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, he's trying to skip past his man. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Portugal claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. Shevchenko is there, and he can get that clear. Knocks it into space. Delivers with whip. Shevchenko absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
And he shoots! And he has kept it out somehow.
Rooney really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And the keeper beats it away. Has to go back here. And this is Rooney. And now a sudden chance to counter. Bruno Fernandes. Here's Rafael Leao. There's a searching pass. Aldair tries to clear. And he's there to retrieve it. And this is Ronaldo. And it's Cancelo. And he's there to clear it. Vitinha. Tries to play it through. Well read. And the danger is averted. Shevchenko going about things with real menace. Well, we expected better, and so did he. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Now it's Rafael Leao. The muscular approach does pay off here. Threads one in, and the through ball. And this is Rooney. He's having a shot! And that has been knocked clear. But they've got it again. And Torres! What about that from Fernando Torres?
Well, we had a feeling, Peter, that he would show up sometime, but not in such spectacular style. I can tell you it certainly made one man's job a lot easier in this half-time break.
The purest possible contact. What a fabulous strike.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
Milan are in front now, the game's only goal.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Rafael Leao. Now, can they get him away? Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Now it's Rafael Leao. Lovely pass. Can he finish? And that's a sharp finish. It's offside, I think. Yes, it is offside.
Well, I think he knew, Peter, the way he sheepishly looked across.
Disappointment and relief on either side, nothing doing. So, a temporary halt to the action. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Milan just ahead then as we reach 45 minutes.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
Milan have made the crucial breakthrough and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break.
Attenzione, un cambio.
So, into the second half. Milan currently ahead by the smallest of margins. João Cancelo looking to hit the byline here. Rijkaard did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Rijkaard. And here's Mbappe. Looking here to chip it through. And that has been cleared.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Milan do have a chance to counter here. And here's João Felix. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. No, that's been intercepted. João Felix. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Fernando Torres has found the net here, of course. Tries to pass it through, and he's definitely onside. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
And this is Cristiano Ronaldo! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Pedro Neto. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Makaleli. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. Ruben Dias. And it's Mendes. And here's João Felix. He has found the way through. Great chance! Oh, that wasn't far away.
Nothing wrong with the idea. Inches away.
Vitinha! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. Shevchenko. Makaleli. And it's Shevchenko. And Shevchenko. Spread to the right. Pedro Neto. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Into the last quarter of an hour.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Yamal. That's a sharp pass. Shevchenko. It's anyone. Has another go! Could have won it there and then. He knows that. Oh, he knows it.
Well, he's clearly feeling that he could pretty much have the job done. He may well get another chance, you know.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 25.
So we have movement on both benches.
Numero 14. Cambio di giocatore.
That's a good ball out wide. Trincao. And it's Bernardo Silva. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Can he get it through? Bernardo Silva. Great vision. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. 1-0 as we head towards the end. Now it's Shevchenko. Bernardo Silva does really well to win the ball there. Trincao. Bernardo Silva. Milan moments now away from seeing this one out. Trincao. Nicely weighted ball. Trincao's cross. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper.
Portugal really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Makaleli. And that's it. Relief, finally. Now at last they can enjoy the taste of victory. Fingernails bitten to the quick, but they have got over the line. Quite a ride. Fernando Torres picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, I'm sure this wasn't in the game plan, the idea of defending a 1-0 lead, Peter, from before the break. But I suppose they were never really in danger, so there was no need to disengage the handbrake in the end.
Well, thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Begley.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. The strains of the national anthem of Colombia.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements, overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
And we're underway. Well, now here is a young man who really does seem to have the whole world at his feet. Lamine Yamal, a player of barely matched potential and indeed of barely matched expectation.
And the inevitable comparisons that go along with that, Peter.
And are those comparisons justified?
Well, from what I've seen of him so far, very much so. There's pace and great technique, but the most outstanding quality about him is his maturity, especially when it comes to making the right decisions. That's what sets him apart, for me anyway.
Spread it left. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Suarez! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And it's been taken short. Drives it in. Colombia could try it again now. Mbappe getting this one clear. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Yamal. Here's Vieira. Now it's Mbappe. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And that pass just didn't quite work. He's in a great position here. James. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
He's found space here. Ronaldinho. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. And now a sudden chance to counter. Sanchez. Milan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Suarez. Ronaldinho. Makaleli. That's a lovely, neat pass. He's tries a shot! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Colombia have quite a reputation for being combative, confrontational, just in your face, Jim.
It's well rehearsed, Peter. It's testament to their excellent work ethic, really. The way they always go chasing the ball in numbers, and they can keep it up late into a game too.
Played with... There's the header! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Well, you have to say how clever the pass was. It caught the defence off guard because of the disguise on it, and it makes it all the more disappointing that he didn't top it off with a finish.
Munoz. And it's James Rodriguez. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Now it's Mbappe. Knocks it into space. And he's in on chance for a shot! Oh, it's hit the post! And he couldn't finish.
Oh, he's done so well then. Almost the perfect link-up. There was a split second there for the perfect finish too. Shame he didn't take it.
That has not gone well. Makaleli threads one in, and he was quick to react. Ronaldinho. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's James Rodriguez. Munoz. Nicely spread. Now it's James Rodriguez. Figo. Can he spark a counter here? Figo venturing down the left. And this is Ronaldinho. The ball goes in. Mojica with the clearance. Suarez.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Now that looks a decent ball. And no, that was never going to make it. Figo. And here's the chance to counter. Can he get it through? That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. That's going wide left. It's a goal kick. Lerma. Mbappe. Now he's got space here. Oh, shooting chance! Ronaldinho! Wow! A finish of true class! And this is getting better and better. Oh, a goal of real quality. He made it look ridiculously easy.
Well, the ball was there to be hit, Peter, but Wow, even so, that's never easy. Everything has to be perfect for that to come off.
Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And it's made its way to him, and the cross comes in. Defending of the desperate variety. Played it again. And we've reached half-time.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Milan looking good, feeling good. It is 2-0 at the break. And here is the first touch of the second half. There will be a throw-in. And he's forced to go back. Sanchez. Munoz. Now it's Diaz. Looking here to chip it through. Dida claims comfortably. Munoz. And here's James. Good ball, good take. Looking tidy in possession here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Looking to play him in. Makalele demonstrating his defensive quality there. And they can counter here. A couple of goals between the sides, and it's still early in the second half.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Makalele. Lerma. Diaz. Almost an hour gone. This looks promising. Spread out to the left. Deftly away. And he's there to retrieve it. Mojica. And here's Diaz. Lovely feet. That's destined for the flank. Mbappe, who does have an assist to his name. Figo. Lovely, now then. Figo, he's had a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Cambio en Colombia. Número 10.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, I think his job here, Peter, is going to be to reinvigorate that attack. Just change the rhythm up front.
Cleared without hesitation. And now they can spring out of defence. Lerma. Mojica. Swung over. Hernandez clears. And it's Munoz. Mbappe. Milan are looking to break at pace. Ronaldinho. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, good effort! He's beaten it. Yes! That is how you do it! A goal to launch his new life, his new chapter. He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Well, it looks like they just want to introduce a new focal point to the attack.
Milan find a position of real strength now. Sanchez. Lukumi for Lerma. And that is out of play. So time for change. And this one has been on the cards for a little while. And the break in play means they can now affect their change.
Yeah, he's looking for instructions, probably something along the lines of, go make a nuisance of yourself.
Makaleli. Looking for the run. Turns back here, probably the best option. Mojica.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Lerma. And it's Munoz. Munoz. It's a pretty loose pass. Looking for options for movement. He's in plenty of space here. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Milan are almost home and dry now. That's a lovely, delicate pass. And the counter is on. Mbappe running with intent. Mojica. Not the most accurate pass.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And this is Torres. He's shifting through the gears here. Might be danger here. Ball's over the line, and it is a corner. Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think.
Completely! Final touch was poor. Lukumi, Mojica, and it's Lerma. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Torres. Vigo. Now it's Torres. Tries to play it through. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. This is a side which is purring, picture perfect. To win, they will relish having pulverised what was put in front of them. It was a pulsating performance. Ronaldinho picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And we're ready now for the anthems.
There's Lamine Yamal, Peter, the latest Spanish superstar. I'd like to see him get a lot of freedom on that right wing.
And is that his best position?
I'd say so, Peter. With him being left-footed, he can cut inside, but he's such an all-round threat. He has that blistering pace that he can use to beat the best defenders, and it's very difficult to stop him once he starts linking up with others, once he's made that inside run.
So it's away we go then. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Shall I? Now, has he got the beating of his marker here? Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, what a ball! And that's really well manoeuvred. And it's Shall I?
That's good play from him.
That has been slung wide.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
That's destined for the flank. And that has not gone well. Szoboszlai. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative.
Terrific effort! No, not the best of headers. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Shifted upfield.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Now it's Ribery. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Milan yet to have an attempt on goal. Stood up well to him there. Tries to play it through.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive? Oh, how that cross missed everyone is an absolute mystery to me. It warranted a finishing touch.
Shall I? Kerkez. Hungary are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Saloy. Back towards the middle. And it's Szoboszlai. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Szoboszlai is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Ribery picks it up out wide. That's a bad place to challenge. What's he giving? Milan have themselves a chance from the spot. Just one winner. Not much more than a formality.
Should we have ever doubted him? Cool as you like.
Gol per il Milan. Ha segnato al 28esimo minuto numero 23.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Makaleli. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
And it's Ribery. Ambitious ball here. And that has been cleared. And he's managed to get free. There's the delivery. Shifted it to the flank. And the counter is on. Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Milan can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Nicely spread. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Ribéry, Mbappe, he's onside. Swings, towering header, and that's a sharp finish. 2 up now, and they are cruising. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off their shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
That's going across goal. Ribéry. Can he get on the end of this? Played into space. And that's gone behind for a goal kick.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Shalai. Oh, there's a probing ball. That's it, 45 minutes up.
Well, it's hard to say whether a 2-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Milan are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Down to business again. And it's Soboslai. It's a pretty loose pass. Yamal. Costa Curta. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Rooney. Under an awful lot of pressure. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's found a way through. Delivered across. Impressive. Oh, crossbar! Relentless. Just relentless. And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
A case now of complete control. Space for him to turn and look. So to play, and it is a goal kick. Ribery. Vieira plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And it's Soboslai. And he skips past his man. He's having a hit! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that is a save of real quality, not easy by any means.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Mbappe can clear it away. Over to the right flank. Ah, such a clever touch. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And Shevchenko! Oh, it's hit the post! Very nicely done. Good spot, that. Goes looking wide. Ribery. Yamal. Could move up a gear here. Makalele. And it's Makalele. Costa Curta. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And here's the chance to counter. Crosses it into the area. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Now it's Rooney. Vieira. And here's Ribery. Now it's Mbappe. And this is Rooney. He's dealt with that really well.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Soloy. For Szoboszlai. It's a promising position. Oh, that's nice. Crosses it in. Getting up there! Just needed better contact.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 20.
So we have
Numero
movement
17.
on both benches.
Ribery. Lasciano il campo per il numero 11. Fernando Torres. Il numero 8. Cambio di giocatori.
Rooney has found the net here, of course. And it's Stoichkov. Now, can they get him away? And it's hoisted clear. Orban did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Milan have opted to make another change here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Milan have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Milan are almost home and dry now. Makaleli. Now he's off and running.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Hungary needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Kerkez receives it in a wide position. He's there and gets it away. Can he finish? Oh, it's come loose.
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Szoboszlai. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Rooney. It's a really well-measured ball, and that interception was most necessary. And time is up. Milan pretty much in utopia, imposing themselves in the manner they wanted right from the start. A show all about one side's remorselessness, ruthlessness, relentlessness. Mbappe claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter, it would seem. Everything working very nicely.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.